Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm really thankful to finally be back in front of this camera, you guys. I'm not even kidding. It has been a time, let me tell you. I think we had a little bit of Murphy's Law going on. It just felt like nothing was going right, nothing at all. It's been a time to get to this point, let me tell you. I'm trying not to let it get to me. It's not a big deal. At the end of the day, they're all very much, minor things. It's not a big deal. But I am thankful to finally be here talking about Halloween with you guys. I hope all of you have been safe and I hope you are enjoying your October, you guys. We are finally in October. That alone fills my heart with so much joy. And no matter what life has thrown at us lately, we are in October and we are going to make the most of that and we are going to celebrate the season right. And with that, this video is no exception. I have some really fun plans for you guys today. We're going to be doing another Decorate With Me, and I love this particular Decorate With Me because this area of my home that we'll be decorating today is by far one of my favorite spaces to decorate. We're decorating my craft table, and I know that for those of you who don't have a craft table at home, you're probably like, why would you even decorate that? And there's a good reason, and you'll see why. It takes up a large portion of my living room. So once it's all decorated, it makes more sense to be right there. But anyways, I have a really, really fun video coming your way. So definitely make sure you stick around because we're gonna have a spooky good time. And we're back, and I just cannot wait to get into this video, you guys. So before we begin, I do want to explain this video is going to operate very similarly to our last video, where it's going to be a two-part video. We will first be discussing a really fun piece that I picked up recently, and once we're finished discussing, we then will move on to the decorate portion of the video. So, without further ado, let's just dive right in. Also, I know I'm really bad about this, you guys. I'm always like, let's do it, let's go. And then I'm like, actually, let's talk about 7 different things first. That's just ADD at its finest. But if you are new here, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us. We are very happy to have you. And if you are one of my original spookies, thank you for joining me for yet another spooky train wreck. I am always happy to have you. And for any new subscribers, thank you so much. I promise that on this channel, we're gonna do all things spooky, Halloween related, and everything that has to pertain to the strange and unusual. So if that's right up your alley, you came to the right place. All right, guys, now we're officially going to get into the decorate portion of this, or excuse me, we're not doing the decorate portion. We're gonna officially get into the review portion of this video. So as I mentioned, we're going to be reviewing and discussing a really fun, spooky item that I picked up. So let's not blab for a second longer and let's just get into this review. And we're back, and I'm grabbing the piece right now. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let's just get into this review. You guys, what I have for you is, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to bring this piece to you. So, as I mentioned in my last video, the older I get, the more I just absolutely find myself drawn to vintage Halloween. And this piece is everything of the sort. I recently acquired this guy. Look at this, you guys. I absolutely cannot believe that I found this piece. So what you are seeing here is, I'm sorry if he's a little bit hard to handle. What you're seeing here is a Bethany Lowe signature piece. So Bethany Lowe is a folk artist, and I have quite a few pieces by her actually. I'm not gonna lie, she's just really good at what she does. But she's a folk artist that specializes in vintage styled Halloween decor, and she really, really comes through with it, you guys. This piece here is, I think this is just called the standing scaredy cat. I'm probably wrong. This is called something scaredy cat. I know that. And I will include the actual name of the piece somewhere down below. I do apologize. I thought that I would remember the name, but I don't. Anyways, I picked this piece up from a little shop that goes by the name of Christmas Traditions. And if you're not familiar with them, they are a wonderful online retailer that sells all different types of holiday decor. They are great. I've definitely talked about them in some of my videos before. So I would absolutely recommend checking them out if you're looking for some unique decor that you can definitely pass down through generation after generation. It's that good. They come out with some really great pieces, and this guy is no exception. I love this guy. So he's just a vintage styled paper mache, large paper mache piece. And he's glorious, you guys. I absolutely love the detail on this guy. He stands about 27 inches tall, and he holds his little spooky jack-o'-lantern, and he looks like he was startled by something, and I just absolutely love it. He's got his hands up like that, and he just holds his little trick-or-treating bucket, and he's got like a cheesecloth wrapped all around him, and I love his frill that he has going around his neck. There's an actual name for that, and I'm sorry, it's leaving me. I don't remember. But anyways, absolutely adore this piece, and he's definitely one of my favorite pieces, I would say, that I picked up this year. And I bought him because I knew he was gonna go with the craft table display that I'm doing this year. I knew he would go so well with it, and I can't wait to incorporate him into this display, you guys. He's gonna look hauntingly beautiful. But anyways, here he is in all of his glory. Absolutely love him. And the fun part about this piece, you guys, is his hat actually lifts up, and you can put a tea light, like a battery operated tea light in there, and he glows. His head glows, and it's hauntingly beautiful. I've already tried it, and it looks amazing, and I'm just so excited to decorate with this guy. I believe this guy retails over at Christmas Traditions for somewhere around the range of $175 to about $179, and I know that quantities are limited. So if you do like this guy, I would recommend hopping over to Christmas Traditions pretty quickly, because when I was ordering, they only had I think 6 left. It was advertising that. So I don't know if that was just a way to get, a fire lit under me, so I would go ahead and just purchase it. I don't know. But I think this guy is gonna go pretty quickly. Anyways, absolutely adore this piece. And his little pail right here is just made out of a paper mache, and I'm gonna put a little tea light in there as well. And you can move the pail to wherever you like on his arm, if you want it further up, if you want it further back, whatever you like. Or you can put it on the other arm, whatever have you. But anyways, I hope you guys like him. He deserves the introduction of this video for sure. So I was really excited to finally bring him to you. All right, everyone, that's gonna bring us to the second portion of this video. Let's get to decorating. All right, And we're back. I hope you can see me okay. So once again, we're gonna start this video off with our handy dandy Mrs. Myers. Of course we start with Mrs. Myers, because how could we not? I am gonna give my disclaimer that I gave last time. So as I mentioned in my last video, decorating is very much a art style for me, and it's very therapeutic for me. So I do tend to zone out while I do it. And just know that if I'm ever quiet or anything like that, just viewer discretion advised. There may be some silent moments in this video, and that's just because I love decorating and I really get lost in it. So, viewer beware. Alright, so let's start by spraying this table down. This is my craft table, by the way. It's been a very underused space because I haven't crafted in a long time, which is very sad to me. But very soon I will be crafting again here very soon. Okay. I hope all of you guys are having a good October so far. It's hard to believe that we're already sitting here at I believe we're already at the 2nd. Yeah, it is the 2nd of October right now. It always goes by too fast. Every single year, you guys, it goes by way too fast. And I always find myself just wishing that it would slow down. But alas, ain't that just the way? I'm gonna start with these orange lights. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, I always, I wouldn't say always, but with a lot of my decorating, I love to start with orange lights. Because I think it just adds a lot of depth, and it really just brings the display together. These are it's an older strand of lights that I had. I had these ones for quite some time, actually. I really love the way that they glow. And I'm using 2 strands because this is a much bigger surface area to cover, so when in doubt, fill it out. Just kidding. No, when in doubt, I think more is the way to go, and then if you need to take anything away, you can. But others might argue that and say less is more. You know, it really just depends on what your style is. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, with putting these lights down, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You're basically just wanting to make sure that you're covering the whole surface area and that it looks aesthetically pleasing. Well, I mean, you gotta envision what's gonna go on top of it. And you gotta make sure that that's gonna look aesthetically pleasing. I feel like I'm all green today, you guys. I feel like a little olive. It's perfect for Halloween. Okay, honestly, we've made some really good headway with this. I think this is how it's gonna be. It doesn't look like much now, but I promise once we get everything placed, it'll look really cool. All right, so now we're moving on to the next step. All right, so let's move on to the next step. We're just going to place all of these leaves, and I love doing this, you guys. This is like always so fun for me. I mentioned it in my last video that these kind of leaves, and I go way back. They remind me of my childhood, absolutely. Do any of you guys have anything like that in your decorating? Do you have any like particular styles or pieces that you decorate with that just give you all the nostalgia? I would love to know. I love this red color. It's also my favorite fall color too. I love any tree that turns that vibrant red color. Ooh, it gives me all the fall feels, you guys. It gives me all the October, Halloween, good. It gets all the good juices flowing. We're just, honestly, all we're doing is we're just getting everything like pruned or not pruned. We're getting everything fluffed and just where it looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I mentioned this in my last video, but there's no rhyme or reason to decorating with these faux leaves. That's why I think they're a great staple to have in your decorating, because they're a great, easy way to start, you know, a good baseline to start with to help you kind of get a vision of where you're going with a theme. So now I believe we're at the step where I need to add my centerpieces that are going here. And I am so excited to show you guys these pieces. So everything I'm gonna show you right now, these are all, I love these pieces, you guys. These have all of the nostalgia, all of the fall and October vibes. And one piece in particular is very special, but they're both special, but let's just grab them. I would like to introduce you guys to Mr. Pumpkin Man. I love this guy. So this is actually my Joe Spencer piece. He is a Halloween piece by a folk artist by the name of Joe Spencer, and I love this guy. This guy was gifted to me a long time ago, probably at least 5 years ago. And I've decorated with him ever since. He has been there with me through many of life's firsts, you know, in big, major life events. He was there with me for my first apartment. He was there with me when, you know, I moved to Denver for the first time. And I've decorated with him every single Halloween ever since he was gifted to me. And he has just been a very special piece to me. Anyways, he is the focal point of our display here. Excuse me, sir, you're a little bit dusty. It is Halloween time, sir. You've got to look your best. So, I like to start with him now because the way I do it is I kind of nestle him in here. And I just want to make sure that I get him cleaned up. It's really funny. As much as I adore this piece, my boyfriend absolutely hates him. He's terrified of Mr. Pumpkin Man. And I love that. We love that, Mr. Pumpkin Man. Okay, so all I'm gonna do now is, the reason I wanted to start getting him all, you know, set up and positioned is because I kind of tuck him in side of the faux leaves a little bit. I get him a little bit nestled in there because I just think it looks nice. I can't go too crazy because I have another piece we're going to be adding here shortly. All right, you guys, that brings me, oh my God! Okay, so that brings me to something that I'm really, a piece that I've been really excited to talk about. So I think this is like, I've literally been looking, oh my goodness, I'm not even in the frame. So I've been looking forward to telling you guys about this next piece. So I don't know if you caught my last video, but I mentioned a fiber optic skull that my dad had gifted to me that was from my childhood. Well, he's about to make his grand debut, so let me go grab him. Let me grab him. Talk about nostalgia. So this is my fiber optic skull, and this guy is one of the OGs. He is one of the original spookies, you guys. This guy is from my childhood. He's about, I would say 25 years old. Maybe like, he might be 20 years old, but either way, he is over 2 decades, and he goes way back, you guys. He is my fiber optic skull that my dad gifted to me way back in the day, back in the time of the dinosaur. I mean, my dad didn't gift him to me until like a few years ago, but you know, this guy's heyday was like a long time ago. And anyways, I absolutely adore this piece. This might be one of my most sentimental favorite pieces ever, like ever. And sorry, I'm not in the frame. This really might be one of my favorite pieces ever, just because there's so much sentimental value in this piece. I love him. This was the piece that I was saying that my dad used to nestle in the orange leaves in that mantle that's kind of above the TV when I used to like sit in my parents' family room and, you know, watch AMC's Fear Fest. This guy was there for all of that. And I honestly attribute a lot of my love for Halloween to this piece. So, very excited to bring him to you guys, and I'm very excited to incorporate him into this display. So, I had the idea of getting him all nestled kind of right here. He's gonna go nestled right here, next to Mr. Pumpkin Man. I gotta kind of do some fine maneuvering here. And I have the idea of Mr. Pumpkin Man like holding onto him, like he's holding him in his lap. But I might, now that I'm looking at this, I might actually do this. That's better. I like that a lot better. I just hope that, Mr. Pumpkin Man, you have a big responsibility. You gotta take good care of him. Gotta take good care of this guy. Okay, so my idea was to nestle him right there on Mr. Pumpkin Man's lap. And my whole idea here, which I absolutely love, is the idea of, with vintage Halloween, there's always the theme of trick or treat. And usually in vintage style decor, you would see, like, for example, there's like a vintage ghost blow mold that's holding a skull in one hand and a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern in one hand. So my idea was to combine the two, just to kind of pay an homage once again to vintage styled decor. All right, so I really do like that. I hope that the skull is safe right there like that. I think he is. Okay. All right, and I'll do some more staging of them in just a little bit. I'm gonna continue adding leaves. I'm gonna add, now this is the border. I always put this border around the table here. I guess it would help it would help if I cut it the right way. And we're back. And we're still at this step, but what you might not realize is I realized that I had forgotten something very crucial. So basically, everything you just saw, we still did, but we basically had to redo everything. So remember how I said Murphy's Law is kicking in strong today? Well, Murphy's Law be Murphin'. So I got all the way to this step and then realized I forgot to put the tablecloth on, you guys. And I can't believe I did that. So anyways, we're back where we originally were. I basically had to take everything off and then redo it. But it worked out because I kind of like the way everything's laying better this time. So it all worked out. We're in October, you guys. We're not going to let anything get us down. So, moving right along. We are going to get through this. So, we are now at the step where I'm basically just going to start fine-tuning things. All the pieces that go on the table are basically on the table. I just need to fine-tune some things, and then I have a couple of other finishing touches I'm going to add. So, with that being said, now I do have, let's talk about for finishing touches, I do have this, and I think I am going to add it because this is a beautiful piece. It does light up, as you can see, I love it, and I do want to add this somewhere, because I think I said somewhere in the archives of videos past, I think I did mention somewhere along the way that whenever decorating, try to stick with odd numbers, just because it's going to look much more pleasing to the eye as opposed to evens. So we're gonna try that out now. I think this piece will be the perfect final touch to the tablescape. It's just a little wicker pumpkin that I picked up from, I want to say it was Michael's that I got that from. And I do like it right there, actually. That works well. Cool. All right, so moving right along. So I brought you guys as close as I can, just so you can see what I'm doing over here. I have this little table right here that I covered in creepy cloth. I picked the table up from my local antique store. But the reason I bought it is because it's the perfect height for my little cat guy that I picked up. So my Bethany Lowe piece that I picked up is going to go right here. And I've been so excited to display him. This idea, so I have these scarecrow lights, and these scarecrow lights are very, very, very sentimental to me because I've had them pretty much my entire existence. Since I was a kid. And I figured you can't get much more vintage than that. I had this idea of my guy holding these scarecrow lights, at least the tail end of them. drape along the table. I placed some faux leaves next to the little trick-or-treat cat right here, and I cut some fabric to help cover up the stems. But you guys, I think with that we are done. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so excited. All right, everyone, and with that, we are officially done. I am so excited. All right, so we're just gonna still do a little bit of finishing touches, and then I'm gonna turn all of you around and show you the finished product. All right, everyone, I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, and definitely make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future content. As always, guys, please stay safe and happy Halloween.